Hi, Corey Geiger along with Neil Rudel. 34-9 Penn State win over Purdue, Neil. And Penn State looked really good on both sides of the ball. Purdue looked really bad. We'll get to that in a minute. But 321 yards passing for Matt McGloin, 134 yards rushing for Zach Zwinek. The defense was terrific. Really good bounce-back effort this week.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect because Purdue played Ohio State very tough. You come out here, you don't know, there's not going to be a lot of atmosphere, and Purdue was really a desperate team, but they really didn't play like it. But I thought Penn State showed a lot of character to bounce back, and they've really played tremendous on the road all year. Other than the Virginia loss, they've been very decisive in blowing out three Big Ten teams. And I don't know if there's as much difference in these teams as the score, but they've played like it.
Well, Purdue is really just in big trouble. You have to wonder what's going to happen with Danny Hope's job. But I thought they played well on both sides of the ball. Penn State. Purdue goes down for a field goal on its opening drive. First point scored against Penn State in the first quarter all year. And then the Lions come back in time. But the defense really stifled Purdue's offense time and again. Purdue took over at midfield 3 times, at the 48 once, at the 41 once, and out of those 5, 3 points. I thought Penn State's defense really set the tone.
Well, especially on that first possession, Purdue took the ball inside the 5 on their very first, ran off a 40-yard run, and Amos had a big hit down there. Stanley applied some pressure, and they forced Purdue into a field goal, and that turned out to be one of the turning points.
Yeah, and Purdue's defense is just not any good. They came in giving up 194 yards on the ground. Penn State had 184. They came in giving up 214 yards through the air. Penn State has 321, 506 yards of total offense. Once the defense established control, there was no prayer for Purdue in this game.
Yeah, they really made Purdue played 3 different quarterbacks, attempted 62 passes, and Penn State, Ted Roof, I thought, really made them uncomfortable. A lot of corner blitzes, sent a lot of linebackers. A great day for the Penn State defense and for the whole team.
And it just goes to show. I know we've really talked about this a little bit, but I just think it needs to be reiterated that despite playing with about 70, 72 scholarships, which is what Penn State's down to at this point, despite the adversity that these kids have been through, and despite an 0-2 start, they are still a much better off program than many programs in this conference. Indiana beating Iowa today. Iowa's struggling. Illinois is struggling. Purdue is struggling. Hey, Minnesota. Penn State's got a lot of problems, Neil, but they're still better than most of the teams in this league.
Yeah, and they still have a lot to sell. I mean, you look at the atmosphere out here today, 40,000. You're getting ready for probably another coaching change, and we'll see how that goes. But a couple players I want to single out for Penn State today that I thought really, Sam Ficken is slowly developing more confidence. He's hit 5 of 6 field goals now, kicked off well. Their special teams were pretty good, and Mosby Felder is really one of the most improved players on the team.
Yeah, Zach Zwinek, 134 yards, Mosby Felder over 100 yards receiving. I thought, for a kid like Mosby Felder, Kyle Carter didn't play. Bill Belton only played 1 play, I think, the whole game, and he wasn't hurt. Bill O'Brien said that he just didn't practice well, and I think that sends a good message. But Mosby Felder was a kid that was injured with a hamstring throughout the spring, summer, and even early fall, comes out without Kyle Carter today and has a terrific game.
Yeah, and this whole next man up attitude that O'Brien has brought from the professional ranks where you just don't have a lot of players. I mean, there's only 45 guys active on a team, so you have to use everybody. Jordan Hill, this was a big deal. He gets hurt early in the game. James Terry comes in, plays well. The defense doesn't really miss a beat against you're not playing a very good Purdue team, and that's going to be something to keep our eye on as we go forward. Hopefully Jordan Hill will be able to make it back. They didn't think it was as serious as it looked, but he may have an MRI, and they probably won't know more until later this week.
Yeah, hopefully everything will be okay. I walked out of the stadium toward the bus with Jordan Hill. He was limping a little bit. He said he hopes to play. I want to close with Matt McGloin, second straight 300-yard game, 7th in a row with at least 200, breaking Kerry Collins' record. Look, we're not comparing Matt McGloin to Kerry Collins. This is a different system, a different era. But the kid bounced back from a rough showing against Ohio State. The kid knows how to run this offense and put up big numbers.
Yeah, and what's his touchdown interception ratios now? 18-4?
Yeah.
He's having a great year.
No doubt about it. All right, for Neil Rudel, I'm Corey Geiger. Good win. Big test next week at Nebraska. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll talk about that more this week.